Hi, welcome to today's deep dive summary of The Millionaire Next Door, Part 3, How Millionaires Raise Their Children and Build Generational Wealth. One of the most important parts of the millionaire mindset is how they raise their children. Millionaires do not just focus on building their own wealth, they also want their children to grow into responsible, independent adults. They know that giving too much money too early can actually harm their kids. That is why they are careful about how they provide financial support and how they teach values around money, work, and responsibility. Millionaires believe in teaching by example. They show their children how to live within their means, save regularly, invest wisely, and work hard. They do not hide their values. They talk openly about money and what it takes to be financially successful. They want their children to understand that wealth is not about luck or image, it is about habits, choices, and discipline. Many of them involve their children in family financial planning so they can learn firsthand how to manage money wisely. A key lesson millionaires teach is financial independence. They do not want their children to rely on them for money their whole lives. Instead, they encourage them to earn their own way and build their own futures. They support education, hard work, and self-reliance. They may help with college or a first home, but they avoid giving constant gifts that create dependency. They believe that giving too much can weaken motivation and hurt a child's ability to succeed on their own. This approach is different from what many people might expect. You might think that wealthy parents would give their children everything they want, but millionaires are often very cautious about gifts and inheritance. They give with a purpose, not just to please. Their goal is to support growth and maturity, not to create comfort or luxury without effort. Many set clear rules about money and expect their children to follow them. Millionaires also talk to their children about career choices. They do not push them to become rich quickly. Instead, they advise them to choose steady, responsible paths where they can earn well and build a life based on discipline and values. They want their children to think long-term and make choices that lead to financial stability, not fast money. Many millionaires believe that job satisfaction and financial responsibility go hand in hand. Education is highly valued in millionaire families, but not in the way most people think. It is not about going to the most expensive school or getting the most prestigious degree. It is about learning useful skills and making smart choices that lead to independence. Millionaires encourage their children to avoid debt, even for education. They look for value, not status. They support smart college choices that match career goals and financial reality. The book also talks about how millionaires plan for transferring wealth. Most of them do not leave large inheritances without a strategy. They worry that sudden wealth can damage the next generation, especially if they have not been taught how to handle it. That is why they often use trusts, wills, and other tools to control how money is passed on. They want to make sure their wealth continues to grow and support the family in the right way. Many millionaires prefer to give smaller amounts over time instead of large lump sums. This helps children learn to manage money step by step and avoid big mistakes. It also allows parents to give guidance along the way. They treat wealth as a responsibility, not just a reward. They want their children to see money as a tool to build a good life, not as something to spend freely. Another powerful idea in the book is that millionaires often avoid spoiling their children even when they can afford to do so. They believe that struggle builds strength and that facing challenges is part of growing up. They do not step in to solve every problem or remove every obstacle. Instead, they support from the side, offering advice, encouragement, and opportunity, but expecting their children to do the hard work themselves. This mindset helps protect wealth across generations. Many families lose their wealth within 1 or 2 generations because the values that created the wealth are not passed down. Millionaires understand this risk and work hard to avoid it. They build not just wealth, but also a culture of responsibility, planning, and self-control within their families. This culture is the true foundation of long-term success. Thank you for listening. Please stay tuned for next upcoming part of this book.